summary experience section is very, very important. You have to fill this in. Really, really, really important, because this is like your leadership. This is about who you are. This is about your personal brand story. So you have 3 lines to basically get people to show more. If those 3 lines are not exciting, not captivating, not interesting, no one will say show more. So think about what your 3 lines look like. That's why I kick off with, I'm the only CEO with a mohawk. Because that's already interesting. I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a best-selling author. People want to click more. And then back it up with the media. So we have all our videos on there. So think about how you're presenting yourself. This is your CV. This is how your career will be judged. This is how someone will judge you. You think you're sending your CV to people. I never look at CVs, I look at LinkedIn. As soon as someone send me their CV, I look at their LinkedIn profile. If they don't have a LinkedIn profile, I delete the CV. I know thousands of other people who do the same thing. So you've got to really think through, when you send somebody a LinkedIn profile, or a link, or connect with them on LinkedIn, or send a message on LinkedIn to ask them for a job or for coffee to talk about career, what does your LinkedIn say about your personal brand? Are those 3 lines interesting? Do they make someone go, show more? Let's go. So you can put videos on there as well. So videos are very, very powerful on LinkedIn, as we'll talk about. And you might think, I can't do videos, I'm shy and retiring. But you can do videos, because you can talk about your career in your videos. You can talk about your aspirations in your videos. So about what you learned at this course on your videos. And you can put them on LinkedIn. Often put them, for example, here. So you need to have something which is interesting from an experience point of view and a summary point of view. And you can often add profile sections, for example. So you add sections of other things you've been doing, like your work experiences, your non-profit side of things, and put detailed descriptions there about what you've done and what you've learned, because that's, again, part of your LinkedIn profile in place of your CV. But it's better than your CV because it's dynamic, has videos, has pictures, has recommendations, as we'll talk about. So your experience is this part here. So you want to have a title, the company, and you want to make sure the company page actually exists. And it'll pop up with a little symbol, like that. If you work for someone who doesn't have that, create it. If you work for someone who doesn't have a logo, ask them to add the logo in, because it looks really, really bad on your LinkedIn profile, as you can see, if you have no logo there. Because LinkedIn's very visual. It's very colorful. So then you want to basically add into the location, and you put a description in. So on Black Marketing and Dark Art Marketing, our main two companies, we make people copy and paste it from the company page. And that's normally the best thing to do. Because we understand that LinkedIn is an outgoing external media, not an inward one. We get a lot of people saying, I make the tea at NUS. Don't say what NUS does. And you have to look externally and say, if someone's coming to your profile, you are marketing your company, whether you like it or not. So if you don't actually put what your company does, they have no impression about what your company actually does do. And then you can add in things like YouTube channel, for example, or links, for example, to your website. Because LinkedIn's very visual. And you do that by going here. So rather than having a link you can't click on, at the bottom of your experience it says edit experience. And same thing with your summary section, it says edit summary. Right at the bottom, it says you can upload, which can be a picture or an infographic, or link. Now link can be your YouTube channel, your websites, NUS websites, your career websites. You might have a career personal page. Virtually everything works. Facebook doesn't work. So don't put your Facebook profile next to your LinkedIn. Think about it from a professional point of view. So if you do have your own web page, put that there. If you're appearing on someone's company page, put that there. If you want to link to your company page, put that there, because it will help you get your next job. So people can just click on it, can see it, and that will help. Same thing with the YouTube channel, for example. If your company has a YouTube channel, you have a YouTube channel. Put that there, for example. So NUS has both a YouTube channel and it has a series of web pages for both the business school and for the main NUS brand. Mobile looks slightly different. You get to see one media, so think about that. But you can also watch videos on the LinkedIn platform on mobile too. So don't do things like this. because you can't put a link there that you can click on, or a link there. So you can't do that, especially on a mobile. You can't basically even copy and paste it. On a laptop, maybe you can copy and paste it, but it looks terrible. Visually, it's not attractive, and you have to think about how your LinkedIn profile, like your CV, if you still have a CV, looks, and how attractive it looks to a potential employer. Or if it's internal, about you want to get promotion, or you want to change country, for example, how does that look to somebody? What else do you do? So you add in the experience by going to work experience or education or volunteer experience, and you can add sections in. So I add the fact I do this, which means anybody else at NUS can then see that I do this. Anybody else that can see that I do this in other countries can see I lecture here. So you can add that into your experience, and if you basically study, you can add it into your education part as well. So I'm a contributor in the Business Times, so I put that there. I also volunteer as the chair of the marketing committee for the Singapore International Chamber of Commerce, so I put that there, which lets all the other members know that I'm part of that committee, part of that organisation. So think about your non-profits. Add your non-profits on there as well. I also mentor at SMU, so I put that there, because again, it's part of my personal brand. So put that there when you do, if you do mentorship, for example. If you do any voluntary stuff, put that there. Now, what the key to it also is to add it to the experience section as well as the voluntary section. So although these are both voluntary, by putting them in the experience section, you increase your searchability. So if you put NUS in your education system part, that's fine, but you can also put it in your experience section so you get found by other alumni at NUS. So you want to start by putting it into education, so National University of Singapore, and put down here what you do, which year, but you also add it into experience. This way you will be optimized more, and you'll maximize the alumni part of being part of NUS, which is absolutely fantastic, because obviously being part of the alumni enables you to reach out to other people who are also part of the alumni at NUS. And if you're looking for mentor or look for a new role or an executive role, for example, LinkedIn now allows you to turn this on. So if you haven't turned this on, as you're looking to enhance your career, turn this on. Let recruiters know you're open to a particular job, for example. Participate in career advice platforms. Make sure you've tweaked this on so people know you're looking for a job. Then add some recommendations. Recommendations are very, very powerful. So you want to get recommendations from your previous jobs. You want to get recommendations from your lecturers. You want to get recommendations from your students, from your fellow students. So that really builds up a picture. It's not just you saying how great you are, it's other people also saying how great you are, or what you've contributed. You do this very, very simply. You request recommendation on the More section of the profile. So it's really, really, really great part of social selling. It's one of the reasons why we have 700 recommendations on my profile, because it's not me just basically saying we do a good job, it's other people also saying we do a good job. And then you can recommend as well. So again, if you feel like recommending one of your lecturers, hint, 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 or organisers, hint, 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 then you can recommend Rena, because she's only got 2 days left. So if you all recommended her, it'd be fantastic. And then recommend other people. Recommend people who you've admired or contributed to you. And then write it very, very simply in terms of personalize it. Also add your skills on. Think about your skills. What skills do you have? And more importantly, what are the top 3 you want people to see? Because you have another 47, you have 50 in total. Think about the skills you have, because people do endorse those skills. You can see here it also tells you who has actually endorsed you, which is very, very important. So for example, I've been endorsed for social selling by the head of social selling at Microsoft and LinkedIn. So that's kudos. That's basically gives my skill some substance, because it means that other people who know about social selling have endorsed me for it. In the same way, you need to get endorsed by people in your industry, just like you want to get a recommendation. Also put your awards on. You know, if you won awards at NUS, if you won awards at non-profit, if you won awards in your leadership, put your awards on. Build up your personal brand that way too. Very, very simply, add in different things. If you have a patent, put that on there, for example. Courses, test scores, languages, put that on there. If you're multilingual, put that on there. It all adds on to your career personal brand. You can add awards to your personal branding section too, your experience section. So we won an award recently for the best brand in Asia, so put that on there. You link it to the organizer who's giving out the award. You can also change your URL. So my URL, you do that by going to edit public profile URL on your experience. And then, as you can see, mine is B2B social marketing. So you can think of a URL which matches your aspirations. It could be your name, it could be a branding situation, it could be something else. And then you can also see, you also basically show what you want to show. So if you ever get someone's profile and you can't see something, it's because they've switched it off. Because LinkedIn gives you this power. It's a very empowering platform. It allows you to do whatever you want, to show whatever you want, to communicate as much as you want. Same with the people who also viewed. So you can have this on the right-hand side or not. It's entirely up to you. Some people like it, some people don't. Just seen this actually, this is quite nice. This person here has got, that's a very large description. She's got, I don't sell services but solutions. I look through the Forbes list of the richest people in Singapore, I'm not there. I go to work. People who chases 2 rabbits catch neither. People who want more do more. Not particularly interesting, but yeah, it's interesting in that there's a lot of words and she's got her brand positioning out there. I wouldn't suggest you did that, but you could do something similar. So you might want to switch off the people who view on the right-hand side. That means people just focusing on your profile rather than other people's profiles. Tell people where you are. As your career progresses, you might want to let people know about where you're going to go. So I travel all over Asia and Europe doing what I do. So I let people know where I am. And I use the headline and the background picture to do it. So Melbourne, Melbourne, Sydney, Sydney, Hong Kong, Hong Kong, Auckland, Auckland, Hong Kong again, Hong Kong. And even adding it into my experience section. And what this does, it lets people know in that particular city that you're going to be there. So it means they can then contact you and go, oh, I see you in Hong Kong. Let's catch up for a coffee, a drink. Let's get together. So think about how you can use that to market yourself if you're traveling in your career or you're visiting someone, for example. You can add it into your content as well. You can say, hey, I'm looking forward to going to KL or Jakarta or Thailand or Hong Kong, for example. I'll see you there. I like what Landy did here. She used a little plane and then every single stop, she changes that headline to say, next Greece, next Ireland, next South Africa. Brilliant, simple, really, really simple. Because she travels the world. I like what Steve did here. Coffee, Steve Dawson, London, 7 to 9 September. Liverpool, 10, 12 September. Brilliant. Simple. Don't do this. A lifelong passion for problem solving. What does that mean? Nothing. It applies to all of you. You're solving problems. So is this person. Not distinguished, it's not distinctive. This one's even worse. Flexible, global, interdisciplinary with a view for the big picture. What does that mean? I have no idea. Just gobbledygook, jargon, keywords. It's not linked to their personal brand. But this one's the worst one. Business leader. What does that mean? I have no idea. You're all business leaders. Could apply to you. This guy actually worked for LinkedIn as well, so he should really know better than put that on his LinkedIn. This is the Love Doctor. I love the Love Doctor summary. Yes, there are love doctors on LinkedIn because love is a profession. Love Doctor, husband-wife disturbance. Convince parents for love marriage. Affair, other person. How do you have an affair by yourself? I don't know. But he sorts all your problems out. Get your lover back. Amazing. And then your divorce problem. Brilliant. You go to him about your divorce, sorts that out. And he says, how's your business going, Chris? So that's a funny question from a love doctor. It's very well, thank you. And then he says, how's your studying come along? How's the MBA at NUS coming along? It's like, I thought you were a love doctor. What kind of love doctoring are you doing? But my favorite service that he offers is the last service. Be free from enemy /second wife. It's a very niche service, that second wife disappearance business. What happened to the first wife? Where's the third wife business? I like one. This is fantastic. This is Peter. Peter is out of work. So LinkedIn tell me that Peter is celebrating a work anniversary at out of work. Not only that, they tell me to congratulate Peter for being out of work for 4 years. Can you imagine how many people just went click, click, click? That's why he looks so unimpressed. Don't do that. And don't do this. Don't get endorsed on your skills for PowerPoint, Excel, and telling the time. These are not skills that are going to get great employment credentials. And this one's worse. This guy got endorsed for awesomeness and general awesomeness. As an English person, I have no idea what this means. If you're American or Australian, you might know. This guy was an English real estate agent, and he did not realize that people were going around endorsing him for awesomeness. It's because somebody had basically added it, and then somebody else had endorsed it. This is what happens if you don't put your 50 skills on. Other people will come along and do it for you. Actually, much worse. Things like Thai massage and banjo playing and red wine drinking and things like this. Control your own skills. Put your own 50 skills on there. This one.